Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Rest, and today I'm going to be going over the current support meta as well as builds for each of the supports that I personally think are good right now. And so just to kick it off, I'm just going to go and get right into it. So Mina and Teamy, I believe, are both S tier supports right now. And I use the exact same builds on both of those heroes. Let me just pull it up here. Yeah. Always start with supports, building the Windstone. That's what you always want to start with the game because of its passive as well as the bonus movement speed, and it gives you that mana regen. Since you're going to be spamming your abilities a lot, trying to poke down or scat out the enemies throughout the early game. After that, for Mina and Teamy, I like to go ahead and get the Hermes Select. That way I can get closer to use either my pull or get closer to use my stun as Teamy. And then I build into Essence of the Wind, and this is going to be the support item that I believe you should build on support basically every single game. It just outclasses all the other items where you get for the gold, and its active is really, really good where it gives that shield to the lowest HP enemy, or not enemy, sorry, ally that's around you, and it gives them a massive shield as well, and the speed boost we use to escape or engage on a fight as well. Then after that, I like to build into Gaia Standard. I always build Bell to Clarity first because of the stats it gives you for 1000 gold and its passive before finishing Gaia's. After that, I build into Shield of the Lost. The reason why I go Shield of the Lost on Mina and Teamy is because you're going to be up close to the enemies, and so the passive is going to be very good. And it also gives you the bonus HP and armor, and I never have any issues really with cooldowns or mana on Alice or Teamy or Mina. The next one I build into Mail of Pain. I like its passive a lot and the stats it gives you. Next, I'll just build in Medallion of Troy for that extra cooldown, some more magic defense and HP. If they don't really have much magic damage on their team, you could go ahead and build into something like Rock Shield, and that'll give you that active and some pretty decent stats that'll balance out the armor and magic. The reason why I don't like building Blade of Eternity anymore is because I feel like it's only a really good item for your marksman carry, just because of the items that build into it, how costly it is, and it only gives you 120 armor. And while the passive is very good, I feel like the gold is better spent somewhere else. So next on the tier list, we have Grak. And so Grak is also a really good support right now, and he can counter a lot of heroes. He is a little bit harder to land the hooks on. I'm just trying to find him. There he is. Okay. And so, once again, start off with that Windstone, and then build the flashy boots. I personally like them for the cooldown. You could always go Hermes Select for that movement speed so you can get in a position to hook the enemy better. And after that, Windstone for the same reason. Oh, sorry, Essence of the Wind for the same reason. And after that, I like to build Medallion of Troy for the additional cooldown. And since you need some magic resistance and more HP after you build Essence of the Wind, so that only gives you HP and armor. After that, I'll build Shield of the Lost most of the time because Grak is another frontline heavy hero. You're going to be sitting in the front, you need that HP and armor. I never really have any mana issues, and with the cooldown boots and Medallion of Troy, you're already around 30% CDR with Arcana, which is pretty good. You could always build Aegis, but then you're wasting stats because you can only have up to 40% cooldown speed. But I would go Aegis maybe if you decided to build Hermes Select. Then after that, I build Gaia Standard just because of how good that passive is right now. When you get poked, it lets you regen that HP. And I like its stats and the movement speed it gives you. And after that, I'd most likely build Mail of Pain. Right, and then the next one in the A tier list is going to be Crushed. The buff that they gave Crushed was really good. Sorry, I had a mix up there. And it allows you to have your ult way more often, and his ultimate what completely changes the team fight, and it's really good for sieging towers. So when I play Crush support, I usually like to wait to use my ultimate to try to siege the towers, or only use it in a team fight. I don't really like to use it just to get one pick, because then it's going to be down for a while, and you will have to go to jungle camps or something late game, and keep hitting them to build that back up. So I like to build Gilded Greaves first, after I start with the Windstone. This just gives me the magic defense as well as movement speed, and I like its passive for the resistance. After that, Essence of the Wind, and then Gaia Standard, starting with Belt of Clarity and building into that. Then Shield of the Lost, because it gives you that extra HP and armor. Then Mail of Pain, and I'll end it with Medallion of Troy for some additional cooldown, and that shield will give you as well. Next up will be Alice. I think Alice is really good right now still, but I think she's having a little bit more of an issue, especially in competitive play recently, just because of the other top picks counter her, like Greg and Crush counter Alice, and Mina can be very good against her as well. But I built Flashy Boots for that cooldown. I really like the buff that they gave Flashy Boots this last update, and then building into Essence of the Wind. And from there, I'll immediately build into Frosty's Revenge, just so I can get that slowdown on my ultimate and stuns. And it gives you that extra HP and movement speed. And after that, I build Aegis for the cooldown, and the mana and the armor that it'll give you. And I really like its passive as well, where it'll slow down enemies if they attack you. And then Guy's Standard, just because of how amazing the stats are on it right now, and its passive. And finish it off with Melee Pain. And after that, I like Chugnar. Regner is also another AT hero that can counter the other top picks at the moment. Regner is very good against heroes like Teamy, Grak, or Crashed, or Lumber and Pura. He counters most of the top picks. And so I like to build Sonic Boots first because you already have your first ability to get out of CC and your ultimate. So there's not really a reason to build Gilded Greaves. You just go Sonic Boots. And then build into Essence of the Wind, Frosty's Revenge, Guy's Standard, Field of the Lost, and then Melee Pain. And then next for B tier, we have Pura. The reason why I don't have Pura any higher is just because she's a little bit squishier. And while I do think she's really, really good right now, I just think the other supports outclass her that I mentioned earlier in this video. Right now, I think the support meta is very, very balanced, and I really enjoy it. But she does get countered by like Crashed, Grak, Chugnar will counter her, and Mina's pretty good against her too. I like to start off with Flashy Boots because I like to have lower cooldown so I can spam her stun, her ultimate, and her heal more often, all which have pretty long cooldowns. Essence of the Wind, Guy's Standard, the Aegis, Melee Pain. Then after that, I'll probably build into this. Actually, I might just end up building this on her, just for the balanced stats between the armor and magic defense and the HP. And then after that, I also think Lumber is C tier right, or not, sorry, B tier right now. And I should have my build updated for him. Oh. I thought I did, so I was going to change it really quick. So with Lumber, I like to start off with a Gilded Greaves for the resistance, and then I'm going to build into Essence of the Wind. And Guy's Standard. And then after that, I will build Field of the Lost because he's a frontline hero, and I don't really feel like he has cooldown issues late game. And then building in a Melee Pain, and then after that, most likely build Rock Shield, or you can build a Medallion of Troy, just depending on what's on the enemy team. Right, and then for C tier, we have Xennial, Thane, Omar, and Baldum. The reason why these heroes are lower than all the rest is just because they just don't have as much playmaking potential. Baldum, he's a little bit slower. He only has his dash that'll knock enemies behind him, and then after that you're kind of stuck there, and you're only resistant to physical damage, not really ability. And then his ultimate as well is very slow to get out and easy to dodge, and it's very hard to coordinate with the team in solo queue. Omar, he's just kind of a lucky stun hero right now, and so he's just getting outclassed by the other ones who have guaranteed stuns. Thane, her ultimate is for damage, and when she dashes in, you're kind of stuck there. And you can also, there's little ticks in between Thane's dash where she's stunning you, where you can dash out, and she gets stunned out of her dash as well as her knockup. And then Xennial is another support that I feel like is a little bit lower, just because he's much better to be played in the Darkslayer lane than he is as a support, and he just really can't do much as a support for his team. Besides just his ultimate and other stuff, and I would personally rather have like Pura than Xennial if you're trying to go for a heal as a support. And then in the D tier is just going to be every other single support that you'd be running in the game. And so yeah, hopefully you guys liked this video. If you have any questions, leave comments in below, and then also make sure to be joining my Discord channel, since I do answer questions more frequently there than my YouTube, and I'm be happy to help you out.